Hi guys, Patty from Patty's Crafty Spot, and today we are going to start off a new mini album. This is using the new release dies for November from Crealies, and I had so much fun making the other larger album that I made, the fall one, that I'm going to go ahead and create another one, and I'm going to use the same size pages. That way, if you like something you see here and you want to put it in that album or make a new album and combine the different page styles, you can. So anyway, let me just walk you through this one here first. So real quick first though, let me show you what I use for dies. So for the new release, this is a new Big Labels and Tags number 18 that I used, as well as there is the smaller size Labels and Tags number 18. And then the new On the Move dies right here. So this is how I currently am storing it. So that is this little piece right here, and this is perfect for card makers. However, I went ahead and incorporated it in my mini album page to kind of make a fun little interactive element for that. And I am also using the mini album binding system B, which has the thinner little gusset right here. So you can go ahead and get nice score lines and perfect folds for that one. So let me just show you real quick. So right here, it has a nice fun little spin, and you can always add a little photo over here if you wanted to. Photos on here. I thought that this was cute with the little snowman. You can do this several different ways. So this does open up like this as a flap, and then for card makers it's super fun. And then my tag, I went ahead and attached it to the side over here. Oh, that's right, I also used the medium pocket die, and I have to dig that out. Hold on. So I also use the medium pocket die number 652 for this. So, and that little guy's hiding over here. So using the binding, the mini album binding piece, that created this part here to give me a flap on that. And then my cute little tags made out of both of the labels and die sets. And cute right there. And then I have a little pocket in the middle with lots of room to hold all kinds of photos. So there's a lot of room here. And we close it up, and then this way. So you can do this page a couple different ways. You can just leave it like this, which is super cute. Or you can take the tag, put it here, and you can put like a little magnet or something underneath to also keep everything tucked nice and tidy. Or a little string closure. You could do a cross if you wanted to. And then that way it keeps everything tucked all nice and neat. All right, so I am going to go ahead and show you how to create this page. All right, hold on one second. Let me cut a couple more pieces, and I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to get started. So you need your base page, which is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, right there. And you're going to need, let's see, 2 of the mini album binding system B pieces. So I have those, so we can go ahead and get those folded. And just tweeze on those lines so we are good to go. And let's get this one done. And let's get some tape. So we're going to tape this up. So for the tag, and we'll get this one stuck down. This one is really easy. And that snowman paper is absolutely adorable. I could not wait to make an album with that page. And I definitely knew I wanted to make a larger one. So the paper line itself is from Bella, and it's Northern Lights. It's a new collection. I just got it in the mail. So on this one here, you're going to put tape on this side here, and then flip it over and put it on the opposite side. Because you want to tuck all the attachment pieces behind your page. That way when you stick it all together, you shouldn't see any of that. As you can see now, if you flip it, you can kind of see I'm opposite. All right, so first thing you want to do is go ahead and stick your tag down. So you want to put it all the way close to the score line, but not going over the score line. So as you can see, if I fold it down, right here, you can see how much space I left from my tape to the edge of that. So you can go ahead and stick that down. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this down. All right, so let's line it up. Okay, there we go. I tried putting this mat back down because of my camera. Sometimes the camera doesn't like to focus when it's completely white. And I have a new light right now because my good one burnt out. And I'm not liking this new light. It's giving me a lot of issues, especially trying to take photos. It's giving me a weird yellow hue to everything. So I'm not really liking it. So now we're going to go ahead and stick this on here. So what I did was I went ahead and folded back all the way on the further score line here. So you can see the first one's right up to the tag, and then the second one is right there. So I folded it so you kind of see this little lip. And what I'm going to do is stick this on. And because the tag is almost as big as, the height of the tag is almost as big as the paper, you want to make sure you leave a little space at the bottom and a little space at the top. And by little, there is not a whole lot. So I'm going to flip it over and stick it down. And then there we go. And then if you just fold back on the first score line, you create a nice little gusset right there. That way when you put in tags and stuff in the pocket and then the pocket on the inside, it gives you a little bit more room to go ahead and chunk it up and stuff. So now we get to go ahead and add this fun little element here. So this is going to be, I already cut this out, so we're going to first, whoops, not fold on that piece. So go ahead and be careful not to fold on that center piece. And then go ahead and get it worked in so it will do what it needs to do. All right, there we go. That is good. All right, so now what we need to do on this one here is we need to make some marks because we don't need the full size of this. So what I did was on this one over here, I only added the binding piece just to this small section right here. So what I'm going to do is set it on top, and I'm going right, so I'm going to go right into this corner here with this corner. I'm going to line it up there, and then I'm just going to make a little tick mark over here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this down to here. And the only other thing I need to do before I add this is I want to put a little piece of pattern paper here, because then I'm going to put this on top, because I thought it looked cuter with the paper underneath. I didn't want the black showing, so I went ahead and put my piece of paper here. So I'm just going to cut out a small strip of cardstock first and then put it on there. So let me cut this out and cut that out. This piece, and it's pale blue with some little snowflakes, which you can kind of see. I'm not quite so sure. I inked it with vintage photo, but I'm not so quite sure that my color looks nice on there. However, I'm going to go with it because I cut it, and we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and glue this little piece on right here. Alright, that's cute too. I don't know what that is from, but it's cute. I just grabbed a scrap from the other one I made there. And let's go ahead. Set that on. Okay, so let's go ahead and need to set this here. So what I did with this, because I wanted to make sure I put my tape and my glue where it needed to go. So the easiest way is, let me get my ruler. I'm going to draw a line because I know that I cut my binding piece from this corner to this corner, and I want to make sure when I set it on that I don't add tape or glue too far past that line. So that pencil line right there, that's where I'm going to add my tape and stuff. So let's get some tape on there, and I'm also going to use glue. Yeah. And let's get the tape off first. And now I'm going to turn it this way, so I'm going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to put this on top and line it up right where I want it. So there you go. So I have that. And then the only other thing to do is to put some tape on this side here. And we're going to do this the same way we added our tag. So for this one now, I'm going to grab this back, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball the center. It doesn't have to be perfect, just wherever it looks good. So, and again, I'm going to do it the same way. So the first score line on my binding system is right there, and then the second one is back here. So if I go like this, you can see somehow, that shows you, it's kind of creating. There you go. Now you can see it. It's got this. So what I want to do is fold it so I'm flat. So right here where you can see this bigger amount of black, that's the full center section. And I'm going to go ahead and tuck this in right up to there. So I think I like it like that. So I'm going to go ahead, flip it over, make sure I'm tucked in, and stick it down. Maybe. And of course now I have company. Back, and we're going to finish up now. And was the bottom. So I'm just going to get some tape on here. And this page here is pretty simple, so it will definitely come together pretty quickly. All right, so let's cut our corners. So we're going to angle off our corners right here, as well as this side. And then I like to just snip the corners a little bit, just so if anything should overhang, you're not going to see the corners sticking up. And varnish that down. Bind it. All right, and we're going to come back up here and take this piece now, open it up, and set this in the middle. So it should fit perfectly side to side. And once you're good, you can stick it down. And there we go. So now the only other thing I need to do is go ahead and add my pocket over here. But again, I need to go ahead and add some pattern paper. So let me figure out what I'm going to do for a pattern on this side, and we'll start putting the rest of it together. Alright, so I cut out my pieces. So this is going to be for my pocket, and then I cut out my tag, and then I went ahead and did this as well. I just can't with this paper collection. It is so darn cute. I know albums are supposed to be about the photos, but this one's not even about the paper. Just saying. It's, oh my goodness. Like, look. Look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh. Too cute. Alright. If you love snowmen, this is the paper collection for you. I definitely am going to order more myself. Alright, so let's get this one on. And then I cut this one out. So this one is cut almost, we're going to tuck it just under just a tad, like this. So most of my snowmen will show, so you'll see it just like that. I usually like to tuck the paper in a little further, unless it's something like this, for example, where I kind of want to use one sheet and have the picture showing both. But the downfall is that it's not in as far as I normally would like it. So we're all lined up. And then we can go ahead and put our tag on, and then we can put our pocket on. And then by putting the pattern paper on here, you're also covering up your piece here. That was your binding, so you can't see that. So there, this was actually all one page between this guy and this. It was one sheet that I did. So now my pocket. So for the pocket, what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to fold my pieces down. And what I want to do is go ahead, put it on top of my pattern paper, and figure out where I need to cut it, because it's obviously, you can tell it's too long, and you'd never, like even if I put it to this edge, you can see how far you're sticking over, so you don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and set it on top, and make a mark. So right now, this is where I have to cut, and what I want to do is just take my ruler, and I'm going to eyeball it, because I want a nice little corner angle. So I'm going to go, I guess, about 2.5 inches over. And it's just guessing. It's not anything. So I'm going to cut from here to here. So I'm going to cut it at an angle. So that's what I cut off. You can see it right there. So I don't need this piece. And then this piece is going to sit right on top. So let's add some tape. Or glue if you prefer to glue. The bigger sheets I like to glue, and then the smaller stuff I like to tape. However, if I'm not quite 100% sure on placement, and I'm not sure if I'm going to actually like it, I'll use tape, because then I'll just use undo to take it off, and then I can get into it easier. All right. We'll get up my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and line this back up where I want it. So it looks good to me. That side, and the other side. And then I already cut out my piece, my pattern paper, so I'm going to put that where I need it. Oops. Almost lost power. So put a little mark here. And now I'm going to cut off. Can't even see that one. Let's get something darker. And then by speak. All right, we cut that one. All right. And that is going to go just like that. So I'm just going to add some ink to my edges. Let's stick this one down. And then try to cut out my other pieces quick enough before I lose power. We have a storm here right now, so. So cute. All right, I'm going to cut these pieces out and we'll keep going. All right, so I got my pieces cut out. I did this side already. I'm going to open it up and we're going to do the inside. Now this is the inside here where we attached the binding to it. So the fun part about this die on the move dies is you get all these dies, which are awesome, that you can go ahead and cut out your papers with that match. So like on this one here, you get like the bigger one that I cut out my red cardstock, and then you get a matching one smaller to go ahead and cut out your pattern paper. And every single one has that. So the little small pieces, and then the side piece, and then the center piece. So it's really neat. So let's go ahead and get this part on. And then I'll figure out my pattern paper. So we're going to go right here. So with this one here, you don't have the piece underneath to line up this part, so you have to pay attention to this side over here. So if I tuck it under, maybe you can see it better. So right here. So you'd have to do that. But now that I'm seeing that, I need to cut out pattern paper for that first. So give me 1 second. All right, so cut out my piece. And I'm going to stick that down right there. And then we can put the red cardstock on, and then I'm going to cut out my other pieces. All right, so let's go get these on now. So this is the bigger one, so this goes right here now. So let's fold that under again so you can see. So when I line it up, it'll be just like that. So this paper collection has a lot of different things to it, different sizes. Ciao Bella does carry, for the U.S., it's a lot of different unique sizes because of the different measurements. But one of the papers that come in this paper collection, let me show you, is these clocks. I'll just have to pause for a moment to show you how cute is this. Look at this clock, and then this one here. I love it. And if you know anything about me, I love clocks because I love steampunk. So you can imagine that I am geeking out over that collection. So I will be sneaking a clock in somehow. All right, get this one on. So pretty. All right. Bring that back glue. And now these ones here, so you just have to make sure you're putting the right ones on because there is a little angle here on each piece. So you just have to make sure you're putting it on the right top or the bottom. And then I'm going to show you what I'm doing for my pattern paper. And how I'm going to cut that one out. Just like that alone, it looks pretty. So then it just does its little spinny thing. All right, so I picked out what I'm going to use for my paper. And because this little snowman guy is on this side, I'm going to put it here because this is the bigger piece and this is where I want to put that. So let me show you how I'm going to cut that one out. So let me make sure I get the right sizes. So I need the smaller one. So he is going to go right like that. Oops, hold on. Anyway, so that one is going to go right like that, and I'm going as close to the edge as possible. And then I need my smaller piece, which before I cut, make sure. And that one is going to go like that. And I like that holiday sign, so I'm going to get that right in there, or try to. So that, and then my smaller pieces. Again, making sure I know that I'm getting the right ones, top versus bottom. So that looks good. So I'm going to add some tape to hold it all in place. And then I can run it through and cut it. Ah, don't slip. And line it back up. All right, now let's try this one again. And then the bottom one. All right, let me cut that one out. All right, so it is all cut out. You can see my plates are getting worn. I have new plates coming from my electronic machine because my plates are about to crack. So I have some new ones coming in. But let me just show you my plate. So this is this one here. Obviously, it's got a lot of use. But look at, just wanted to share with you. It's got a big crack right here, and it's not even straight anymore. It's like a bowl. So that one's about to find its end days. But it has lasted a very long time. Over a year. So not too bad. All right, so get all these pieces off. And we'll save that. I like to save all the little pieces to the very end because you never know, like this cute little strip here could be used for something. So, and this tape will not make another round. So let's grab this and get the pieces on. So real quick, I'm just going to ink it and stick it. And there's my top one. Again, I'm not so sure on the brown, but I already committed to it, so it's going. Although with all the snow, I feel like a blue would have looked better on it. But it's too late now. But that's nice with the dies. You can see what your, you can line them up over your picture, and then you can just cut them out so you get exactly what it is that you want. Whoops. Look how cute that is. All right, and then the last one. And then other than tags, I have to cut the front of this one still. But other than that, this page is done. And then I'll have to figure out what we're going to do for the other pages. So probably again, like normal, we're going to go ahead and create 3 pages that will be like this. And then 3 of the others. Right. So this will be here. And I'm going to use, I had a piece that I will cut out and attach after. So this one here, I'm going to go ahead because I want to have some nice space over here where you can tuck in a photo and stuff. And then this part here too will go here so you can also add a photo. So I'm going to go ahead, cut this out and attach it, and then I'm going to do this one and I'll be back. All right, and we are done making this page. So I hope you enjoyed this one. So like I said, we're going to probably go ahead and do 3 of these. So just go ahead. That's what I would make. But this is how cute it looks. So it tucks like this. And then you have your little interactive element right there. And then it opens up. Super cute. Little pocket to hold tags and photo mats. And again, if you want, you can, oh, this power. If you want, you can go ahead and set this down just like that. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this video before I do lose power. And I hope you enjoy this. So we're going to end it a little quicker than normal. So if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, Patty's Crafty Spot, or the Crealies YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye.